In the ancient yard of Baba, where time itself seemed to slow down, many seasons had passed, red earth glowed in the morning light. A rusted zinc gate creaked its daily song, and a lone calabash rested on the ground, waiting. Here, many storms had come and gone, testing everything that stood. And in this yard stood two trees, side by side, both silent, both ancient. One, the mango tree, stood wide and heavy. The other, the palm tree, stood tall and slim. One believed strength meant never moving. The other knew true strength meant knowing when to bend. As the sun climbed higher, life stirred. A rooster flapped its wings, chasing the last shadows of dawn. Smoke began to curl from the roof of Baba's kitchen, carrying the scent of morning meals. Barefoot children, their laughter like small bells, ran across the compound, their feet leaving fleeting prints in the damp earth. Dough dripped from leaves, catching the light like tiny jewels. Through it all, the mango tree stood stiff, a monument to his own might. Beside him, the palm tree swayed gently, dancing with the soft morning breeze. The yard belonged to the mango tree during the day. His heavy, dark green leaves created a vast canopy of shade, a cool refuge from the hot afternoon sun. Children gathered beneath his mighty arms to play games of Ayo and tell stories. Market women, weary from their journey, would rest their heavy baskets against his thick, sturdy trunk, sighing with relief. Golden mango fruits, heavy and sweet, hung from his branches like treasures offered to the world. From his great height, the mango tree looked down at his neighbor. "Look at me, palm tree," his voice boomed, full of pride. "See my arms, they are as thick as a warrior's thigh. See my crown, it shelters the entire village. I hold this community together. I carry fruits for kings and for children. My roots grip the earth like an anchor. I am a warrior, and nothing, not even the wind, can move me." And it was true. He did not sway. He did not bend. He only shuddered with the force of his own unyielding strength. He would often laugh, a deep, rumbling sound that shook his own leaves. "You bend too much, little brother," he mocked the palm tree. "You bow like a servant to every little breeze that the wind plays with you like a child's toy, tossing your fronds about. Why don't you stand like me? Be strong! Plant your feet, and dare the world to move you." The mango tree truly believed that strength was stiffness. He thought his pride was a shield, a form of protection. He did not understand the simple truth that pride makes the body heavy, and a heavy body is easier to topple. Throughout the mockery, the palm tree stayed silent, listening to the wind's whispers instead. As the day softened into evening, the sky bled into shades of orange and purple. The world grew quiet. It was now the palm tree's time. Baba himself, his face a map of wrinkles and wisdom, would lean a long wooden ladder against the palm's slender trunk. He would climb, a calabash in hand, to tap the sweet, milky wine that flowed from its heart. The palm tree watched this ritual with a quiet grace. He finally spoke, his voice soft and gentle, like the rustling of his own fronds. "Brother Mango, I hear your words, but I bend so that I do not break. By bending, I serve. I give the sweet wine that gladdens the heart. From my nuts, I give the rich oil that flavors our food. I let go of the weight of my old fronds, so new ones can grow." He paused, the evening breeze carrying his words across the yard. Strength is not about how much you can hold on to. True strength is in knowing what to release. The mango tree let out another deep, rumbling laugh. "Release! Trees do not release! Trees stand. We are the pillars of the earth. Watch me. I am a rock, a mountain. I will never let go." He seemed to draw himself up even taller, his branches tensing, his trunk hardening. The mango tree hardened his heart against his brother's wisdom. He made himself heavier, more rigid, more solid. Deep below, the ground beneath his roots sighed under the immense, stubborn weight. Then, one day, the air changed. The sky, once a brilliant blue, turned a dark, angry gray. The birds, sensing the shift, fell silent and scattered for cover. A small whirlwind of dust, a devil's dance, spun across the empty yard. A low growl rumbled in the distance, not from the heavens, but from the horizon itself. The earth held its breath. And then the great wind, the breath of Aladamari, arrived. It came not as a breeze, but as a force. The air began to whistle, a high, sharp sound that cut through the silence. The distant drums of the village seemed to pick up the rhythm, beating faster and faster, a frantic heartbeat against the coming storm. The leaves on every tree began to scream as they were torn from their branches. An echoing voice, seeming to come from everywhere at once, swept through the yard. "Show me your strength." The palm tree did not hesitate. He bent immediately, his tall trunk curving like a hunter's bow. He bent lower and lower, until his head, the crown of his fronds, touched the damp grass. It was not an act of fear, but an act of reverence. Like a body in prayer, he surrendered to the power that was greater than himself. But the mango tree stood stiff, defiant. He braced his mighty trunk and clenched his woody fists. "I will not bow," he shouted into the roaring gale, his voice almost swallowed by the noise. "I am the king of this yard. I am a rock." The wind howled in response. It slammed into the mango tree with incredible force. His heavy fruits, once his pride, became deadly missiles, torn from his branches and smashed against the ground. The cracking sound began, first small, then terrifyingly loud. His smaller branches snapped like twigs. A long, jagged crack appeared on his massive trunk, splitting the bark wide open. The wind passed as suddenly as it had come, and in the deafening silence that followed, there was one final, soul-shattering sound. The sound of a giant falling. The next morning, the sun rose on a scene of devastation. The sky was clear and calm, as if nothing had happened. But in the yard, the great mango tree was no more. His magnificent crown lay shattered in the mud, his branches broken and twisted. The golden fruits, once a symbol of his glory, were scattered and bruised across the compound, their sweetness lost to the earth. The great mango had fallen, not because he was weak, but because he was too proud to bend. And beside the wreckage, tall and unharmed, the palm tree slowly rose. He straightened his slender body, his fronds rustling softly in the gentle morning air. He had survived. Bàbá Adé came out of his hut and surveyed the scene. He looked at the fallen giant, then at the survivor. He nodded slowly, his voice firm and clear as he spoke the truth of the morning. The one who refuses to bend for the wind will one day be broken by it. True wisdom is not in the strength of the body, but in the flexibility of the spirit. It is the root that never snaps, because it knows the soil it lives in. Flexibility is the only strength that truly survives the storms of life. Remember, 'tis for a gentle character is life's greatest armor. Thank you for watching. If this story spoke to you, please like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom from our ancestors.